Indonesia is a maritime nation by geography, by history, and by destiny. With more than 17,000 islands and maritime borders stretching across vital sea lanes, its navy carries not only a defensive mission, but also a symbolic one. In this context, the Bung Tomo-class is not just a set of warships, but a demonstration of Indonesia's pragmatic approach to naval modernization, a story of vessels that were once rejected but later reborn as a strategic asset. The Bung Tomo-class began as a project not intended for Indonesia. These ships were originally built for the Royal Brunei Navy under the designation F-2000. However, after completion, Brunei declined to commission them, citing mismatches with operational doctrine and sustainment considerations. The vessels were essentially stranded in naval limbo, fully built, fully functional, but unwanted. Indonesia recognized an opportunity. Rather than purchasing new ships at full development cost, Indonesia acquired the Bung Tomo-class at a fraction of what a comparable new-build frigate would require. This was not merely a financial decision, it was a strategic one, signaling Indonesia's mindset of maximizing capability per unit of expenditure. Where others saw 3 ships without a home, Indonesia saw 3 platforms that could be reshaped into useful guardians of a vast archipelago. Once delivered to Indonesia, these ships did not simply join the fleet as foreign acquisitions. They underwent a period of adaptation and integration. Indonesian crews trained to master the systems. Logistics pipelines were reestablished. Maintenance frameworks were localized. The ships received Indonesian designation and identity: KRI Bung Tomo, KRI John Lai, and KRI Usman Harun, each named after national heroes. This transition embodies a deeper symbolism. These vessels were not merely bought. They were naturalized into Indonesian naval service and became part of national maritime heritage. The real turning point, however, came with the modernizations conducted between 2023 and 2025. During these years, Bung Tomo-class ships saw substantial upgrades that dramatically improved their fighting capability. One of the most significant enhancements was the integration of the Exocet MM-40 Block III missile system. This upgrade transformed the ships from short-range skirmishers into platforms capable of long-range maritime strike, including the ability to engage targets beyond the visual horizon. On the sensor side, the ships benefited from the Smart-S Mk2 three-dimensional radar system, a highly regarded solution for detecting air and surface threats. The TACTICOS combat management system improved command, control, and decision-making. The STIR fire control radar enhanced targeting precision. With these systems working together, Bung Tomo-class vessels gained the ability to detect threats earlier, classify them with greater confidence, and respond with improved speed and lethality. Part of Indonesia's strategy was not to upgrade all 3 ships simultaneously, but sequentially. This approach allowed operational continuity. While one ship underwent modernization, the others preserved patrol and deterrence capability. This incremental modernization also ensured Indonesia could refine technical integration lessons progressively, applying them to subsequent refits. The result is a homogenized class of ships aligned under a shared tactical architecture, simplifying training, interoperability, and maintenance. In practical operational terms, the Bung Tomo-class is particularly well suited to Indonesia's maritime environment. Their size gives them endurance and seakeeping capability for sustained operations, while remaining agile enough for archipelagic maneuver. They can patrol the Natuna Islands region, escort merchant vessels through the busy Malacca and Sunda Straits, participate in pirate suppression duties, and take part in naval diplomacy missions through port calls and joint exercises. In various instances, these vessels have represented Indonesia abroad, not only as warships, but as symbols of Indonesian presence and goodwill. Public perception in Indonesia toward the Bung Tomo-class is interesting in its nuance. There is no mass emotional hype, but there is a quiet confidence. Indonesians tend to appreciate decisions that reflect prudent management of resources. The idea of buy smart and upgrade effectively resonates in a country that balances economic priorities with national defense needs. Many commentators highlight the Bung Tomo narrative as a triumph of resourcefulness. Indonesia did not choose the prestige of high-priced acquisitions, but the wisdom of maximizing efficiency and extracting value. The Bung Tomo-class is thus viewed not as second-hand equipment, but as ships sharpened by Indonesian stewardship. In a regional context, Indonesia's approach to fleet modernization differs from neighboring countries. Some fleets prioritize brand-new shipbuilding programs. Others rely heavily on older platforms without substantial modernization. Indonesia occupies a middle path, integrating both new construction and deep upgrading. The Bung Tomo-class embodies this middle strategy, acquiring existing hulls, then enhancing and extending their combat relevance. This is adaptive modernization rather than luxury procurement. Looking ahead, the next phase of Bung Tomo-class development may include additional missile upgrades, potentially vertical launch systems for more robust air defense. Future iterations may add unmanned aerial vehicles for reconnaissance, better anti-submarine warfare tools, and expanded electronic warfare capability. As maritime threats evolve toward greater complexity, these ships will likely continue to evolve as well, maintaining their credibility within the fleet. But beyond the technical dimension lies the philosophical one. Bung Tomo-class ships symbolize a broader maritime identity. Indonesia, as a nation that does not merely purchase its naval strength, but cultivates it. Strength is built through learning, adaptation, and optimization. These ships illustrate that Indonesia can turn inherited opportunities into force-multiplying assets. There is pride in vessels that earn their place in the fleet through transformation. There is dignity in refining existing tools rather than chasing extravagant acquisitions. Above all, there is strategic maturity in recognizing that naval power is not measured solely by the age of equipment, but by the coherence of doctrine, training, and integration. The story of the Bung Tomo-class is therefore a maritime story with a distinctly Indonesian tone. These ships may have begun elsewhere, but they belong now to Indonesia's seas and Indonesia's strategy. Their journey reflects the nation's character, resilient, pragmatic, and forward-looking. Through them, Indonesia demonstrates that true naval strength comes not just from what a ship is built to do, but what a nation can make it become.